planning it in my mind, just the blueprints of it anyway, about a year beforehand. I had this idea in my head that I wanted to do something like a trip down memory lane. We've always known that we wanted to get married with each other. I still wanted to be a surprise at the end of the day.
Unbeknownst to myself, I was just go to work on a Sunday morning. So we're rolling the doors up, getting the pharmacy ready, and then Jay said to me,
"There's a letter. What's this? This is a surprise there." And she goes, "What's that?"
And I said to him, "There was no envelope this morning." And he's like, "Let's have a look at it." So he opened it for me and then he read it out.
"Welcome to the beginning of the next step in our beautiful relationship. Joel would like to take you on a journey recounting some important highlights of the relationship."
At this point in time, I was thinking, what? I was very confused. And then he asked me,
"Do you remember where you met Joel the first time?" And she goes, "Yeah."
I said, "At Andrew's house." And he said, "Yes, that's right. And that's where you gotta go next." And I was like, what?
She jumped in the car and bang, she went.
I was thinking, oh my goodness, it's happening today. So I was getting really pumped, really excited. And I was thinking, oh my gosh, what should I do? What should I say? And then I got up to the driveway.
She ran up to me out of her car and she was crying.
Oh, where's Joel? She's like, he's not here.
And I started reading out this letter to her. "Does this place bring back memories, Stella? This very house is the place where the two of you met for the very first time. The two of you were living separate lives until the day that the two of you met in this home."
In order to find out where Joel is, you have to answer this question. Step 2.
She was meant to tell me that it was the place where Joel first asked her out.
Mental blank.
She got it wrong a few times, so I had to give her a few sort of clues.
Hang on a minute. Do you mean the time where he officially asked me to be his girlfriend? And she's like, yes! It was that park in the mountains. And she's like, yes, what's it called? And she helped me, and it was at Alfred Nicholas Gardens. And so then Sonia sent me away, waved me goodbye, and off I went driving up Mount Dandenong. And then I'm just thinking, wow, like this is a bit epic. Get to the car park at the Alfred Nicholas Gardens. Like no one's there. I was like, oh, maybe I should go to the lake because that's where it actually took place. I started walking down there, and then in the distance I see a mob of Asians, and I'm like, oh, it must be them. So then I'm like bolting all the way down, and I get closer and it's not them, and I was like, ooh, okay. And then they were just staring at me, and I was like, oh, hi.
Jess thought we should call to her and he should just hide in the bushes.
And then all of a sudden Belinda and Jackson pop out of the bushes, and I was like, whoa, what the?
"Hey Stella, what are you doing here?" And then she went, "Oh my goodness."
You will not believe the morning I've had.
And then I clumsily went, "Oh, look what I have here."
And I was like, oh, not you too. And they're like, yes, we're in on it as well.
"Isn't this a beautiful place, Stella? This is where Joel asked you out on a beautiful sunny day on September the 7th, 2011. Do you remember the place where the two of you celebrated your first year anniversary dinner?"
Oh, I know. The press club. They're like, yes, the press club. And I was like, yeah, so where's Joel? Joel's not here. What? Are you telling me that I have to go to the city now? Like drive there? Like literally drive there? Yeah, yes you do. What?
So I was to meet Stella in our last pit stop in Melbourne.
Finally get to the street where the press club is, and then I see someone sitting on the bench just outside the restaurant. I'm like, oh, cool! And I get closer, and they have long hair. I'm like, oh, that's not Joel. It's Marianne! What the?
She was quite surprised to see me.
Where's Joel? Is he inside the restaurant? Tell him to come out right now, because I am not driving anymore. No, Joel's not here. But he will be at the next destination. I'm like, okay. And so she opened her envelope.
Wow, doesn't time fly? Not that long ago, on September the 7th, 2012, you and Joel celebrated the anniversary of your first year together. But do you remember when the two of you shared your first holiday?
Oh yes, that's when we went with a group of my friends to Sydney. That was the correct answer. Yay, I got one right! And I was thinking, the way things are going, every time I say it's the correct destination, I end up going there. So I was kind of like, no. She's like, yes. I'm like, no. She's like, yes, here, open this. So she gave me another envelope. It was pretty much a one-way ticket to Sydney. And I was like, ah! What? And she's like, yeah! And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna kill him.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna kill him. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna kill him. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna kill him. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna kill him. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna kill him. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna kill him. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna kill him. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna kill him. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna kill him. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna kill him. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna kill him. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna kill him. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna kill him. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna kill him. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna kill him. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna kill him. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna kill him. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna kill him. And then I was like, oh my the plane, I was just still like in a daze because I was thinking, I can't believe this is happening. I can't believe he's going to this extent and this measure to just potentially ask me something.
One question.
Then we're landing in Sydney. I have no idea where to go, so then I automatically, by instinct, text her, I'm at the airport. Question mark. And he's like, great, just walk towards the baggage collection area. So I'm thinking, okay, oh my goodness, and I started dreading that Joel would like come out of the baggage collection trolley with a rose going, I don't know him. Okay, walk out of the gate and there's this random stranger who's looking at me. Are you Stella? I was like, yes. He's like, great, Joel asked me to pick you up. I'm like, okay, I'll just hop in your car then. Behold, we finally get to the Sydney Harbour area. There's the ocean, there's the harbour bridge, there's the opera house. I was like, wow, and there's like people everywhere. So then I just did what came naturally and got my phone out and started taking photos.
That's amazing.
And all of a sudden, I get this buzz on my phone. I'm like, hello? And Joel's like, where are you? I'm here, where the driver kind of dropped me off. And he's like, yeah, go back to the drop-off point and walk towards that dark tunnel. And I was like, okay. So I'm walking down there, and as I'm walking, I hear something in the distance, like, wah, wah. I could not comprehend what that was. So I just turned around like, ooh, better walk faster. So I keep walking faster. And then I hear it again, and all of a sudden I hear my name and they're saying, Stella! I was like, oh! And I turned around and I just see these shadows running up to me. And I was like, what the? It's Don and Monksha. And I'm like, I'm just looking for Joel.
Surprise, come with us.
When did you guys get here? What the? Oh my
So we
god.
found her and brought her up the stairs and showed her to Joe.
Alright,
Wow. What's going on?
alright, let's come this way. It's coming. Pretty funny.
Yes. Oh, very nice. Nice to do. What the?
Okay.
Finally, in front of the opera house, I see the Cookie Monster! Joel, I mean. I see Joel.
As she was walking out, I was thinking, wow, all these months of planning comes to this.
And I was thinking, wow, he can play? I didn't know you could play guitars.
It's a surprise.
Little did I know that for many, many months, what were you doing?
I was learning guitar, but I don't have a lot of musical talent. So I'd spend like half an hour pretty much every day, and I'd meet up with Thaddeus, you know, at least once a week, and he'd sort of refine my technique a little bit. It was also a little bit nerve-wracking as well, because there was, well, it's the Sydney Opera House, so there's always people sitting around. So I was thinking, first time playing guitar in public, and I'm pretty bad. Going to propose to better not stuff this up.
Stage fright.
Still wasn't that great.
It was passable. She could tell what the song was at the very least.
I was just pretty much stunned that he can actually play guitar. Then he took my hand like this, and then he knelt down on one knee, and then he said something, 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 something.
So glad that I can share this.
Yes, I will. Yes, you. So cheeky. And I was like, oh my goodness, I can't believe you did this, this, and this. And I was like, why did you make me do all that? He's like, didn't you enjoy the journey?
It's a trip down memory lane.
It definitely was.
Both of us were very happy to see them
Yeah.
finally get together and becoming a real couple.
And he said, there's one more surprise I have in store for you. So then I opened it, and lo and behold, it was a storybook. And Joel actually wrote it himself, and he got our really good friend Melissa, who's a really good illustrator, to illustrate it for us. And pretty much the story just told exactly what happened to me on that day. So I was like blown away. I was like, wow. I thought he was romantic, but I didn't know how exceedingly much he was. And yeah, it was just a wonderful surprise, and it just really touched me, all the effort that he went into. I couldn't be happier marrying this wonderful man.
A trip down memory lane and the next chapter in our lives.